You wake up in the middle of the night, again, unable to get the deep rest your body craves. Each interruption chips away at your energy, focus, and long-term health. Stay with me, because I'll show you a natural way to address this problem and reclaim your nights. I want you to imagine something for a moment. You've just laid down after a long day. You're finally comfortable, and your mind is ready to drift off into deep, restorative sleep. But just as you begin to sink into that calm state, you feel it, that sudden, unmistakable urge to get up and go to the bathroom. Once, maybe twice, sometimes even 3 or 4 times during the night. At first, it might feel like an inconvenience, nothing more. But here's what's often overlooked. Waking up to urinate frequently at night isn't always about drinking too much water before bed. It can be a subtle sign that something in your daily routine is quietly working against your body's natural balance. Before we go any further, I want to make you a promise. By the end of this conversation, you'll have a powerful, natural tip to support your bladder health, one that most people have never heard of, but that can make a real difference if done correctly. This is your bonus, and I want you to stick with me so you can learn it. Because when it comes to your health, every small adjustment matters. And doing it the wrong way, even with good intentions, can actually set you back. Let's get one thing straight. Waking up often to urinate is not something you should just accept as normal because of age, stress, or lifestyle. In fact, in the United States, more than half of adults over 50 experience this regularly. And while it's common, that doesn't make it harmless. Interrupted sleep night after night affects much more than your mood. It can influence your heart health, your memory, your immune system, and even your energy levels throughout the day. Many people are quick to point fingers at hydration. I just drank too much water. But here's a truth you might not expect. In many cases, the real triggers are hidden in your daily habits, your evening routines, and even the way your body processes certain foods and drinks. Think about the late-night coffee or soda that's such a staple in American culture, or the salty snacks in front of the TV. These small pleasures can have a big impact on how often you wake up at night. There's also the overlooked role of your body's internal clock. Your bladder, kidneys, and hormones all work together to regulate fluid balance. But when your habits disrupt that rhythm, whether it's staying up too late, eating heavy meals right before bed, or consuming stimulants in the evening, you're essentially giving your bladder more work to do during the hours when it's supposed to be resting. Here's where it gets interesting. Certain patterns of nighttime urination can hint at underlying imbalances that, if ignored, could gradually affect your overall well-being. This doesn't mean you should panic. It means you have the opportunity to act now, to understand your body better, and to make adjustments that can restore a healthier rhythm. So, as we move forward, I want you to see this as more than just a minor annoyance. Consider it a signal, a gentle nudge from your body that there's room for improvement in how you take care of yourself. In a moment, we'll dive deeper into what's actually happening inside your body when these nighttime awakenings occur, and why paying attention to them could transform not only your sleep, but your health as a whole. The next insight is one of the most important you'll hear, and skipping it won't just slow your progress. It could leave you with unwanted side effects you didn't see coming. Think about the last time you had a night of uninterrupted sleep. You woke up feeling refreshed, your mind clear, your body energized. Now, contrast that with a night broken into pieces by repeated trips to the bathroom. It's not just about losing rest. It's about disrupting a complex, delicate process your body depends on every single night. When you fall asleep, your body shifts into repair mode. Cells regenerate, tissues heal, and your brain goes through vital housekeeping, clearing out waste products that build up during the day. This deep rest supports everything from memory formation to hormone balance. But when you're up and down all night, even for a few minutes each time, you interrupt these essential cycles. Over time, this can leave you more fatigued, less focused, and more prone to health challenges that have nothing to do with your bladder, at least not directly. Now, here's a detail many people don't realize. Your bladder itself is influenced by your nervous system and by certain hormones, especially one called vasopressin. This hormone helps your kidneys control how much water you hold and how much you excrete. During the night, your body is designed to produce more vasopressin to slow down urine production, allowing you to sleep without interruption. But certain lifestyle factors, like high evening caffeine intake, stress, or irregular sleep schedules, can interfere with this process. In the US, it's incredibly common to have a late dinner, a sugary dessert, or a drink with caffeine in the evening. While these habits might feel harmless, they can set off a chain reaction: more urine production, more bladder activity, and more interruptions in the very hours when your body needs stillness to repair and restore. Add to that the effect of high-sodium foods. Think pizza, fast food, chips, which cause your body to retain more water during the day, only to release it at night when you're trying to sleep. It's also worth noting the role of circulation and movement. If you spend a lot of your day sitting, working at a desk, driving, or relaxing on the couch, fluid can accumulate in your lower legs. When you lie down at night, that fluid moves back into circulation, eventually reaching the kidneys and increasing urine production. That's why some people find their nighttime bathroom trips get worse after days with little movement. The good news is that every one of these factors is something you can influence. By adjusting what and when you eat, being mindful about evening beverages, and adding small bouts of movement into your day, you can help restore a healthier balance to your nights. It's about working with your body's natural rhythms rather than against them. What I want you to take from this is simple. Nighttime urination isn't always a standalone issue. It's often a signal that your daily habits need fine-tuning. And the changes you make won't just help you sleep better, they'll have a ripple effect, improving your energy, mood, and even long-term health. Now that you understand how this seemingly small issue can ripple through your entire body, it's time to uncover a hidden trigger in your everyday life that most people completely overlook, one that could be quietly making your nights more restless. The next tip is one of the most important you'll hear, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It could lead to side effects you'd rather avoid. Sometimes, the reasons behind a restless night are not as obvious as they seem. You might think it's simply the amount of liquid you drink, but the real trigger could be something you're eating, or even when you're eating it. These hidden factors are often overlooked, and they quietly influence how your body processes fluids throughout the day, setting the stage for those late-night bathroom trips. Let's start with something as common as processed food. Many staples of the modern American diet, microwave dinners, deli meats, canned soups, are loaded with sodium. Sodium doesn't just make you thirsty, it changes the way your body holds and releases water. During the day, that excess sodium encourages your body to retain fluid. Then, as you rest at night, your body works to correct the imbalance, pushing your kidneys to release more urine. This means you could be drinking a perfectly normal amount of water and still end up waking multiple times because of what you ate hours earlier. But it's not just sodium. Hidden sugars in condiments, sauces, and snacks can also influence fluid balance. High sugar intake can pull water into the bladder more quickly, creating more frequent urges. That late-night dessert or sweetened iced tea might seem harmless, but it could be priming your bladder for a long night. Timing plays a huge role, too. Let's say you have a big dinner late in the evening, a habit that's become normal for many busy people. Your digestive system and kidneys then work harder during the hours you should be resting. If your meal includes salty or high-protein foods, your body will be pulling more water into the bladder as it processes them. Even something as seemingly healthy as a protein shake, if taken too close to bedtime, can have this effect. And there's another hidden trigger many don't consider: certain medications or supplements. While they may be necessary for your health, some act as mild diuretics, increasing urine production. This isn't about stopping what's prescribed by your doctor. It's about being aware of timing. Shifting a supplement from evening to morning with your healthcare provider's guidance can sometimes make a noticeable difference. When you start connecting the dots between your evening habits and your sleep disruptions, patterns begin to appear. You realize it's not just about the water you drank after dinner. It's about the chain reaction set in motion earlier in the day. And once you identify those triggers, you can start making small, strategic adjustments. Swapping certain foods, adjusting meal times, and staying mindful of hidden sodium and sugar are all powerful steps toward reclaiming your nights. Recognizing these subtle influences is a turning point, because it gives you control over something you may have thought was inevitable. The next insight will take this even further, revealing how daily behaviors and lifestyle choices outside of food can shape your nights in ways you've never considered. This next tip is one of the most important you'll hear, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It could leave you with unwanted side effects you'd rather avoid. What you do during the day, how you move, how you rest, even how you breathe, can set the tone for your nights. Many people focus only on what they eat or drink, but lifestyle habits play an equally powerful role in nighttime bladder activity. The way you spend your waking hours can quietly build up to those repeated interruptions in your sleep. Consider how much time you spend sitting. In the US, and it's not uncommon for someone to sit at a desk for 8 hours, then spend the evening on the couch watching TV or scrolling on a phone. This lack of movement allows fluid to collect in the lower part of your body, especially in your legs and ankles. While you're upright, gravity keeps that fluid in place. But when you lie down at night, it shifts back into circulation, moving through the kidneys and creating more urine. This process is called fluid redistribution, and it's one of the most underappreciated factors in nighttime urination. Regular movement during the day can help prevent this. Even short walks or standing stretches every hour can encourage better circulation and reduce fluid buildup. It's not about intense exercise, it's about keeping your body in motion often enough to avoid pooling. Stress is another overlooked factor. When your body is under constant low-level stress, it releases more cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones can indirectly affect how your kidneys handle fluid, sometimes leading to increased urine production. Add to this the habit of staying mentally switched on late into the evening, answering work emails, watching intense TV shows, or engaging in heated conversations, and your nervous system never really powers down. That heightened state can influence bladder sensitivity, making it more likely you'll wake at the slightest urge. Temperature also matters. Sleeping in a warm room can make you sweat more, altering your body's fluid balance and prompting your kidneys to adjust overnight. On the other hand, being too cold can trigger the body's natural response to conserve heat by shifting fluids from the extremities to the core, which can also result in more urine production. Finding a comfortable, stable sleeping environment can help reduce these triggers. Then there's the habit of screen exposure before bed. Blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs suppresses melatonin production, delaying deep sleep and disrupting your body's natural cycles. This can indirectly affect bladder control, as your hormonal rhythms, responsible for regulating fluid retention, become less efficient when your sleep schedule is out of sync. The beauty of addressing lifestyle factors is that small changes can bring noticeable results. Gentle movement, mindful winding down routines, and a balanced sleep environment can all help your body return to a healthier nighttime rhythm. By aligning your daily habits with your body's natural needs, you're not just reducing bathroom trips, you're improving your overall quality of life. Understanding these lifestyle connections is crucial, but there's one common mistake that can undo all this progress, a well-intentioned change that many people make without realizing it could make things worse. The next tip is one of the most important you'll hear, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It could leave you with unwanted side effects you'd rather avoid. When faced with the frustration of waking multiple times during the night to use the bathroom, many people instinctively try one simple change. They drastically cut back on their fluid intake in the evening. On the surface, it seems logical. Less water means less need to urinate. But this is one of the most common mistakes people make, and it can backfire in ways that most don't realize. Your body depends on adequate hydration to keep every system functioning smoothly. Fluids help maintain blood volume, regulate temperature, support digestion, and flush out toxins. When you reduce your water intake too much, especially for long periods, your urine becomes more concentrated. This not only irritates the bladder, making it more sensitive and more likely to signal the need to go, but it can also increase the risk of discomfort and other issues over time. In other words, drinking too little can actually make you feel like you need to go more, not less. Another consequence of this habit is that it may put extra strain on your kidneys. Your kidneys filter waste from your blood and balance your body's fluids, but they rely on a steady intake of water to do so efficiently. When hydration is low, the filtration process becomes less effective, and over time, this can lead to imbalances that affect your overall health, not just your sleep. The key is not to eliminate evening hydration entirely, but to manage it wisely. Drinking smaller amounts earlier in the evening, while ensuring you're well hydrated during the day, can help. That way, your body has what it needs without overloading your bladder right before bedtime. It's also worth noting that the type of fluid matters. Caffeinated drinks, sodas, and alcohol act as diuretics, prompting your body to produce more urine. Choosing water or herbal teas without caffeine can make a significant difference. Temperature and timing are equally important. Some people find it helpful to have their last substantial drink about 2 hours before bed, followed by only small sips if needed. This approach gives your body time to process the fluids before you lie down, reducing the urge to wake later. There's also an emotional aspect to this mistake. People sometimes approach nighttime urination with frustration, trying to outsmart their body by depriving it of fluids. But your body's needs don't work on a win-lose scale. What works best is cooperation, not deprivation. Listening to your body, understanding its patterns, and making small, consistent changes will always be more effective than extreme measures. By recognizing that cutting fluids too drastically can cause more harm than good, you protect not only your sleep, but also your long-term well-being. Hydration is about balance, providing your body with what it needs at the right times in the right amounts. And when you strike that balance, you're laying the groundwork for deeper, more restorative rest. Now that you understand this hidden trap, it's time to reveal the central insight of this entire discussion: the natural, safe, and effective way to support your bladder and reduce nighttime disruptions. The next tip is one of the most important you'll hear, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It could leave you with unwanted side effects you'd rather avoid. All along, we've been uncovering the layers of what drives frequent nighttime urination, from daily habits and hidden dietary triggers to lifestyle patterns and common mistakes. Now it's time to bring all of this together into a simple, natural approach you can start using right away, one that respects your body's needs and helps restore a healthier rhythm to your nights. One of the most effective natural methods involves supporting your bladder and urinary tract with ingredients that have been trusted for generations. Certain herbal infusions, when prepared and consumed properly, can gently soothe the bladder, reduce irritation, and promote a calmer, less reactive urinary system. For example, mild herbal blends made with ingredients like chamomile or corn silk have been traditionally used to ease bladder sensitivity. These aren't quick fixes or magic solutions. They work best as part of a consistent routine, complementing the other changes you've already learned about. Preparation is key. For a calming herbal tea, bring water to a gentle boil. Then pour it over the dried herbs in a cup or teapot. Cover and let it steep for about 10 minutes to preserve the beneficial compounds. Strain and enjoy warm, ideally in the earlier part of the evening rather than right before bed. This way, your body benefits from the soothing properties without creating excess fluid load in the late hours. Beyond herbal support, timing your hydration, moderating sodium and sugar, staying active during the day, and maintaining a consistent bedtime all work together to keep your bladder in balance. It's not one change, but the combination of small, thoughtful adjustments that brings real results. And when your body experiences fewer nighttime interruptions, you're not just sleeping more, you're allowing every system in your body to recover and function better. As promised, here's your bonus tip to enhance these results. Elevate your legs for about 20 minutes in the late afternoon or early evening. This simple habit helps your body reabsorb and process fluids that may have pooled in your legs during the day, reducing the amount your kidneys handle at night. It's a practical, no-cost addition that can make a noticeable difference when combined with the other strategies you've learned. The real power here lies in understanding and working with your body's natural rhythms. Every action you take, every meal you adjust, every step you add to your day, every mindful choice, contributes to better nights and brighter mornings. Change doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be consistent. You now have the knowledge to make that change. Share it with others, because so many people are living with disrupted nights without realizing they can take control. If you found this valuable, let others know. Spread the word, encourage conversations, and be part of a community that believes in informed, proactive health. Together, we can turn small steps into lasting improvements in well-being.